Hey, what's up, guys? So, yesterday we had Circuit Friday, and today we have Combat Saturday. I always associate Saturday with martial arts for some reason. I think it's because when I was a kid, I used to watch those kung fu theater. On a Saturday afternoon, they had kung fu theater with the Shaw Brothers movies like Five Deadly Venoms and By May and all that kind of stuff. So, anyways, okay. So, what I wanted to go over today was elbow strikes. All right, and also some palm strikes, like very applicable things which you can use in a self-defense situation. All right. Now, before getting into the actual mechanics of it, I want to talk a bit about the strategy and some of the things that you need to know and you need to not do. Okay. Elbow strikes is one of those things where people love doing them. Once they learn how to do them, they love doing them. But then they try and force it. They love it so much that they try and use it in situations where it's not going to work. Okay, and you have to understand that it's a very, very close range weapon, and it can only be used if you're like in clinching range. It has its use, of course, but you have to understand the range of it. Okay, now if you ever saw the movie The Hunt for Red October, all right, it's a very, very famous film. Sean Connery is a Russian captain. There's one scene in the movie when the enemy was firing a torpedo at him, and he actually turned his son and went right towards the torpedo. Okay, and then people are wondering, I mean, what the hell is this guy doing? He's going towards a torpedo. What's wrong with him? But he knew that torpedo would only become active after a certain range. If he can intercept it and cut it off before that range, it would just bounce off the hull. And that's exactly what happened. The torpedo just bounced off the hull, and it was harmless because he knew the range of the weapon, and he knew that he could get his sub there in time. So, risky move, but it worked. Okay, so understanding the range of your opponent's weapons and the range of your weapons is essential. Okay, the bottom line here is don't ever try to force a technique. Okay, things will happen naturally. Okay, if the situation is correct, then you can use it. All right, but keep it in your back pocket. It's there for you to use, but don't force it. And that's why a lot of people get their butts kicked, because they try to force things which don't work, which it's completely ridiculous. Like we've seen these guys doing these crazy kicks and things, and then they fall on their butt. Okay, you have to understand. Well, I mean, that's more about balance than understanding range and things. But you have to understand the range of a weapon before you go use it. Don't just try and use it because you think it's cool. Okay, so all right, so let's get to that now. Let's start with the palm strikes. Okay, actually, unless you have conditioned your knuckles to actually hit, you better not try and punch, because there's a very good chance you're going to break your hand. It happens all the time. Okay, so you want to do the palm strike. Okay, now key here is try to keep the elbow down as much as possible. Okay, so what you want to do here with the palm, on the side here, it kind of is on this angle here, and there. It kind of, there's a little snap there. See how there's a little snap? See that? See, it starts here and snap. And this is actually very good for a self-defense situation, because you might be in a position where you'll say, hey, come on, we don't want trouble, come on. And look where my hands are. Boom, it's right there. It's right there. I can step in right there. Where, it's a good tactic to use for that. Right? You're right there, and just step in, okay? Boom, boom, and have that little snap, okay? You can even use your fingers, the tiger claw. You can even do that, where you can snap, you can hit rake, strike rake. You can even do that too if you want to be extra vicious. Okay, strike rake, very good. But the key with it is make sure that you step and move with it. All right, like here, like boom, right, boom. Just step right in. Okay, right. Your whole body mass is going forward as you do it. As you come in, your whole mass coming forward. Okay, if you look at a hockey puck. It's not too heavy. It's a little, right? It's about that big, but if that puck is flying at you, like during a hockey game, and you get hit in the head with it, it can kill you. Okay, because the entire mass of it is going towards you. Okay, so if you take your entire mass of your body and you put that towards someone, and you strike with the palms too, you get the power. Okay, so really important to understand that palm strikes are very useful, and they're very good to do in a kind of a passive or defensive situation. Okay, And that brings me to another point. In a street situation, do not get into a fighting stance. Do not. Okay, it's a big, big mistake. All right? Because what you've done then is that you turned it into a crude boxing match, for one thing. And your goal in a street situation is not to have a boxing match, is to get away in one piece. That's your goal, okay? So remember your goal and use whatever method is appropriate for that goal, okay? You're not, and also, in the street, you have to consider that weapons are a factor as well. You don't know what the guy's packing, all right? My friend in Vancouver told me of one incident where some guy was, got into a stance. He was ready to fight. The other guy backed off, pulled a knife. What are you gonna do then? Okay, so don't get into a stance. Okay, just you want to be passive. Hey, come on, and even if you make a lot of noise, so people hear you. Because if they just see someone being hit, they'll think that you're the aggressor. Okay, all they're gonna see is the hit. They're not gonna know what happened before then. Okay, so you have to make it known. You have to shout out like, hey, come on, I don't want to fight. Come on, fuck off. Whatever it is, right? Like, make it known that you try to avoid it, and then if you have to, then you do it, okay? And then the next thing is going to be the elbow strike, okay? And elbow strikes are very useful to learn proper punching mechanics. And the reason why is because you can't rely on your hands, okay? It's only your body, your hips, which is the prime mover, all right? That's what's actually going to drive you forward. So the way you throw an elbow strike here, see, it comes forward. See now, I've learned elbows from different disciplines in the past. In Wing Chun, Muay Thai, I learned how to throw elbows there, and it's a bit more of a hooking elbow, a bit more from the outside, working up down to there's other angles too. But in this, and they're straight as well, but generally speaking, they tend to be a bit more hooking. I actually did a bit of training with a guy who did a Cambodian martial art called Bokator, and in this martial art, I think they had the best elbows in the game. When you learn martial art, don't just stick to one system. I mean, all systems are good; they have value, but try and learn different things. If you know that one system is very good for kicks, very good for elbows, very good for punching, try to learn from them and see what you can pick up. Okay, so in Bokator, how they do it is the hand actually comes forward first and then it flips. See, because you don't want to be committed. So maybe it becomes a palm strike, but if the situation is correct, it flips. It flips. See, so rather than coming, it's very subtle, very subtle. It's hard to see the difference, but rather than coming around here, it's actually going forward and then flips. See, so the elbow, see here, my elbow actually leaves my outside perimeter, my gates. In Wing Chun we call gates here, okay? It actually leaves a little, which is fine. That happens sometimes. It's okay, right? But here, I actually stay within my gate. So actually, you can use it to actually sneak in through someone's guard and get it. You can really, it's like a spike coming right in there. See, it goes in, boom, in, boom. And the other hand, lead hand too, same thing, okay? And I put the camera up here so that you can see my upper body a bit more because we're working on palms and elbows, but I am pivoting on my feet and also, or maybe stepping as well, okay? Okay. And one thing too that he showed me was that when you do the elbow strike, get in this habit, slap your elbow. Because that's similar as grabbing someone's head. Here, see, coming forward. See, so, see, here, just come forward and flips, okay? And the last point I want to make is that make sure the hand is collapsed like this. If your hand is like this or like a fist, you can go this far. If you collapse it, you can go this far. See? See, from here to here, okay? So there we go. So palm strikes, elbows. Hope you found this useful. And that's your combat Saturday for you, okay? So let me know if you have any questions. You can always visit my website at www.chriswongfitness.com. And don't forget that I have a promotion going on right now for 2 free online sessions, okay? You can get in touch, and there's info on my website as well, okay? So talk to you soon, guys.